TimeRust.com proudly presents the Time Rust Brain Trust.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Time Rust Brain Trust podcast. This is the pre-E3 podcast, and we're going to break it down for you here in a little bit. And we also have a special guest we'll get to in just a second. We'll start off with introductions. Marqees is to my left.
What it is, folks.
He's there.
Something like that.
Something like that. I'm here. Her.
And then to his left is Eli.
That's me. I'm here as well. In addition to Marqees.
Of course. And in the vacated corner of space and time.
Well, I was going to say, not here. Steve. Steve's dead. No, we don't know.
Dude.
Every time somebody's absent, they died.
They died. Eli died a few weeks ago.
I came back
a month
though.
ago or something.
You know what? Nate and I have been going strong. Boom. Pow.
Whoa.
You guys have been dying. I'm sick. He did it sick.
I had the crud.
He comes in and sleeps.
He does.
So, you can't say anything. It's like, well,
He builds a glorious-looking chrysalis and curls up inside of it.
Yeah, but he's still got the headphones on. I don't know how.
Yeah.
He keeps them clean. That's all I care about. All right, and then
To my left.
Eli's left.
What's up? I'm Shantel. Don't really know what to say.
Welcome to the podcast.
Well,
Yeah, welcome.
Thanks.
Uh,
Thanks for having me.
Well, you are our first contributing writer, and you recently wrote something for The Office in the farewell episode, and a little bit of, you did a review on that. We're going to have you do some more stuff with TV. You want to tell us a little about yourself, background, what you're into?
I'm into a bunch of different things. I like to read, so I have a geek for a brother, so I'm into comic books.
Yeah, well,
I'm going to my second Comic-Con this coming October.
You know
Nice.
it. Shoosh.
Are you going as the Wonder Twins?
Yeah.
No?
No.
By the way, the brother and sister.
Yeah.
Shantel.
If you didn't catch that.
Yeah. No, I want to go as Green Hornet and Kato, because I always tell her, yo, let's roll Kato.
Yeah.
She'll be Kato, and I'll be
That'd
Green
be cool.
Hornet. Yeah,
That'd be cool too.
We'll see.
That sounds like a no, Marqees.
Yeah.
I think that's a big no.
I've been shut down again.
It's the story of your life.
Aww.
Oh no.
It really is.
That
I'm
was
not
sad and funny.
I'm going to be abused all night tonight.
Probably. Even after the podcast.
Yeah.
Nice.
What
Well,
else?
it's good to have you here.
lying.
That's
No,
awesome.
okay.
Let's see, I'm Nathan.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
I'm to her left.
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
You're the ringleader of this little shindig.
And my username is Mr. Tufflehugs.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Anyways, so we're going
He
to go
wishes
ahead.
it was though.
No.
Yeah, he still does.
I don't want to pay the $10 to change it.
Oh, you know what? He actually
don't.
He actually wishes.
So if I gave you $10, you'd change it to Mr. Tufflehugs?
No, because I have a free change.
he would change it to Machinima though.
Or Shmup. He'd be Shmup Shinema.
God, no! Yes!
No!
Yes!
Secret gun.
Come on! Oh no! Oh come on! Come on!
Gotcha.
Take your lumps, Marqees.
You're lucky I've not been storing bullets in the guns. Because that deforms them. Alright, moving right into it. Marqees, what are you doing?
Okay, so Naruto 633,
You and your manga.
dude, it's awesome. You may hate, I love it.
I don't hate. I'm sure it's really good. I'd just rather watch the anime.
I mean, don't get me wrong. When it gets to when the anime finally
gets there,
gets
yeah.
there, I will watch this
Yeah.
because this stuff is awesome.
Yeah.
Until that point, I am happy with my manga.
Alright. Fair enough.
Yeah. I've read Age of Ultron #9. Things of businesses picking up. They decided that they actually have to have Ultron built. So yeah.
So they're just now getting around to building Ultron.
Well, no, but they went back in time and they killed Hank Pym and they stopped him from building it.
Okay.
But then they went to a dystopian future where technology lost against magic. Morgan Le Fay rules half the world, and Tony Stark rules the other half with his tech. And so they figured, Wolverine figures, I gotta go back in time again.
Sounds like some Marvel to me.
This is why I hate Doctor Who. Also, the return of Bruce Wayne. Now shut your mouth.
Yeah, he's got a point. Anyway,
So bad.
So he just goes back in time to stop
fair.
himself from
It's a
killing.
low blow.
That's not a low blow.
It's Batman, and it was terrible.
It's low blow.
It's not our fault, not your fault. Grant Morrison wrote it, right?
No.
That's a blah 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 low blow.
Yeah, I think that is a Grant Morrison joke.
Oh man. Anyways, get back to
But yeah,
happier things.
let's see. I wrote stuff down this time because I get confused every time. I get lost.
What did I do?
As soon as one of us interjects something, like Marqees
Yeah,
is like,
I'm flustered for that. All New X-Men number 12. Havoc meets his younger brother from the past. He meets Cyclops from the past with us.
I didn't know if you meant Cyclops or Vulcan.
No, okay. Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about.
We don't talk
Vulcan
about Vulcan.
in the past.
We don't talk about Vulcan. He was just there. But so they had a little moment. The X-Men find out that the Scarlet Witch decimated the mutant race. They weren't too thrilled about that. There's some stuff going on with Mystique and Sabretooth and Leading Mastermind. Good stuff. Green Lantern 21. Hal Jordan is temporary leader of the Green Lantern Corps.
nice.
Until there's a bunch of there are some Guardians who are frozen in time or something who just got free. But they had to learn stuff first. So they're going to leave Oa to learn, and so Hal Jordan is in command until they get back. And he just launches a whole bunch of new recruits. So it's going to be interesting in how he deals with a whole bunch of new recruits.
I kind of wish that I had added Green Lantern to my pull list from the start, because now I'm going to end up having to go back and get some Green Lantern books, I think.
Well,
Yes.
21 starts it starts a new run. Jeff Johns is done in 21.
Oh,
Billy
okay.
Tan takes over. So 21's a great
It'd
jumping
be a
point.
good part to get in.
Yeah.
Did you see what they're doing for this September? Where they're doing the villain takeover thing?
Yeah.
And
Forever Evil.
the holographic covers?
Forever Evil.
I
yeah.
even
It's going
saw
to be
that.
so awesome.
I'm pretty excited for that.
Yeah.
Because the
I
villain.
kind of want to just get every single one of them.
Because the villains.
That's the point.
The villains. I mean, I think in the DCU, sometimes the villains get second fiddle to everything.
Yeah.
The Marvel you always see a villain, the big bads coming out. In the DCU, they're fighting each other, or it's some
Unless it's a Batman villain, it's kind of in the background.
Yeah, it'll be good to see them Bizarro out there. It'll be good to see Brainiac and Deathstroke. I mean, those guys just shining for once.
Well, I thought that's why what was it, Secret Six? Was that it? Where it was 6 really, really bad guys got together.
But see, they're also working for the government to the Suicide Squad. And Secret
So you
Six.
didn't really get to see them be evil.
They're not really evil. They're being evil for a good cause.
They're just a bunch of anti-heroes at that
Yeah.
point. Okay.
Whereas Forever Evil is to take in evil people, and they're going to be leading the books, and they're going to be they all get their own little book, and they all get to be evil in their book.
Yeah. It's going to be very cool.
It's a cool concept.
It's a self-contained storyline. It's not going to... It's just from beginning to end. It's going to be this.
And then
little mini arc.
This will lead up into Trinity War.
Yeah.
Which I don't even want to talk about. Just the stress, the stress of Trinity War. It's just the Justice League Dark versus the Justice League versus the Justice League of America.
Which is not what it should have been.
No.
Which we've talked about that.
It should have been versus Batman versus Superman versus Wonder Woman. That would have been a great Trinity War.
People from each thing,
Yeah,
whatever.
people from each family coming out. The expansion of the Wonder Woman family would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some Donna Troy, maybe.
She's a single woman. There's no family. Because no one cares about Wonder Woman. I don't mean that to be mean or misogynist. I'm just being honest.
Wonder Woman's really...
her book
she's
is good, but they don't give her enough
But she's part
love.
of the DC
They
Big
don't.
Three, though.
Yeah. She's the most underdeveloped of the three, though. She doesn't get as much attention as either.
I mean, Green Arrow and The Flash are more developed than her.
They are, yeah.
Yeah.
I used to love The Flash, though.
Well, I played Lego Batman this week.
Nice.
Lego Batman 2, which is
great.
awesome. Yeah,
I
beat
did
it.
100% that game. I forgot. I do have all the achievements and everything in that game.
I'm working on it. I'm like 29% right now.
Yeah.
I just beat it, so.
I enjoyed doing that for that game, like more so than the other Lego games. Just because you get all the sweet characters to play around as.
Yeah. I didn't watch much this week. Because I was just busy playing. When I wasn't playing, I was sleeping. It's been a crazy week.
Yeah, we know.
I
know you've been sleeping.
had the narcolepsy. Oh, I did check out.
He was doing some hardcore sleeping on the
You know
on
what?
Time Rush Tuesday.
Yeah, well, Time Rush Tuesday was boring this week.
Well, it wasn't actually as bad as the week before. Strangely enough, the extreme
The
Time Rush
Extreme Sports
Tuesday
is
was
the worst
Yeah.
one so far.
But this one, I thought was better. It was an improvement. It was in the
It
right
was fun.
direction.
I
So.
had fun.
Yeah, well, what it is.
You did half play some games. You played Fist of the North Star, Ken's Rage until you want to, rage kill yourself.
Dude, he
So-
stared a hole in like 5 buildings when we were playing Insect Armageddon. Like,
Yeah, that was awesome.
like he held that stuff down. Like nobody's business.
Yeah.
Aw.
No, well.
Is that it for you?
I watched After Earth. Wait for the DVD. Now You See Me. Go see that. Check out the reviews on the site, timerush.com. That was it.
All right.
Nice.
Eli? What are you doing?
I was waiting for it. I was just waiting for it. There was a gap there, and I didn't know if it was coming or not. But I've been finishing up Luigi's Mansion still.
Come
Still
on!
with this game?
I'm still playing it. I didn't have as much time to finish it as I thought over the last weekend. I had a lot of stuff I was working on, and some family stuff that I was doing, and I worked all weekend pretty much. But I was doing that stuff, and so I'm back into Luigi's Mansion. I'm finishing it before Animal Crossing on Sunday. That is, no matter what I have to do, if I have to stay up till like 5 in the morning and finish it, it's done
If
before
you
Animal
don't,
Crossing. If I don't, I'm never going to finish
You're
it.
never going to finish it.
So I have to finish it before Animal Crossing comes out.
Exactly.
And then I have to finish Animal Crossing before I go to sleep Sunday night. Because if I don't finish it, then E3 and then The Last of Us and Animal Crossing will...
Well, it
drift
doesn't
into the
actually
background.
have an end, though.
No, it doesn't. I will be playing it every day. I would be playing it while I'm sitting there waiting for stuff to happen all next week. And, so I'll have plenty of Animal Crossing time. There's something new to discover every day.
And who's taking the week off to cover E3?
That's me. That's this guy. There'll be live blogs for every single thing that is happening. So if it's a
We're not kidding.
if it's a press conference, it doesn't matter who it is. If it's Nintendo Direct, that's getting a live blog. I'm live blogging every single thing that's happening next week. If you can watch it online, I can live blog it. So tune into timerush.com. You're going to see all that stuff happening on there. I know a lot of people seem to like the Xbox press conference the other month, the live blog for that. So it was good for them to keep up with it at work. They could just refresh the page on their phone and get a little brief, sentence or two about each little individual thing that happened. So, when you can't sit there and watch the video, take a second, pull up your phone, read a couple lines of text, and figure out what's going on. So I'll be there to help everybody out that can't sit at their house and watch it. It's not as good as being there in person and live blogging it, but it's pretty much the same thing, because
One day, guys.
I'm not
One
seeing
day.
anything that they're not seeing. So.
You know what the sad thing is? It's almost a little better because how many of them...
Because
have-
I get camera angles, yeah.
Well, I was gonna say,
and
how-
direct feeds of the gameplay.
And also, how many of them are actually getting working cell phone service?
Yeah.
Because, that's a huge issue they complain about every
they,
year.
Yeah, they always have.
AT&T, my phone's not working.
Yeah, they always have a huge problem. They usually have Wi-Fi set up at the press conference.
Well, even
for
then
them
it
to
gets
use, and then-
bottlenecked,
Yeah,
though.
and it's so bad every year. But yeah, so that's going to be next week. I've continued to watch Arrested Development. I watched a absolutely hilarious episode. Turns out that episode number 4 was really funny.
Is that the red herring?
No,
That's next week. Okay.
probably. I don't know. But it's very good. And then I think there's another one, maybe 2 episodes or so after that that's supposed to be really funny that focuses on Job. And he's always one of my favorite characters on that show anyway, so I'm looking forward to watching that one. So, I mean, that really kind of renewed my interest in that series because I was getting pretty down on it. But after laughing hysterically at episode 4, I'm back in the game, so I'm going to finish that. I've been playing some random Steam games. I got all the adventure games because that was part of the Humble Weekly sale last week. Was all the Telltale adventure games, so I have literally all of those now. and I've just been playing like episode 1 of each of those. I played.
You know, we should do like a Easy's random Steam game of the week.
Well, that's kind of what I'm getting into with the new segment. What did I just watch? Which I recorded the first episode for,
Nice.
and that should be going up tonight or tomorrow. Where I played Little Inferno. I've got about 20 minutes just going through the beginning parts of the story and explaining how the game works and why I think it's so interesting. But that'll be up on the site. I played a little bit more of that just because it's a great time waster. And as always, I was playing some Minecraft because I like to do that while I listen to podcasts and get caught up on that stuff and different news things that I like to listen to. So I played Minecraft and was just building like things to automatically harvest other things, and so I didn't have to do actual work in Minecraft and can just sit back and collect items. So that's fun. Marvel Heroes. Almost completely forgot. I've played about 5 hours of Marvel Heroes, and that game's pretty cool. You guys definitely need to check that out because it's fun. It is fun to play.
I haven't installed it yet, but I'm working on it.
Well, you started installing it on Time Rest Tuesday or downloading it.
Yeah, and then I had to stop it because of the encoding. So
I was like, yeah. And I was like, oop.
Yeah.
And I let it download overnight.
Yeah. No, it's only like 10 gigs download. It only took me like 2 hours.
Is it available for like all systems or just?
Huh?
Just for PC?
Just PC through Steam.
Okay.
Yeah. Just another free-to-play game.
Yeah. And that's cool. I'm playing as Hawkeye, and he's fun to play as because he just kind of unloads arrows into guys. And
My Life as a Weapon. That's the name of the book. It's Hawkeye,
okay.
My Life as a Weapon.
Well,
anyways. Because he's Hawkeye.
References.
He's a
Yeah.
weapon.
Good job, Nate.
But that's what I've been doing. I'll have some more info on that, and if I get to the end of the game, then I might write a quick review about it. Just to give my thoughts on it. I think it's good. You should don't get caught paying for stuff because $20 for Deadpool seems a bit ridiculous. So
You're basically buying the game at that point.
Yeah. But just for one character, come on, like $10. $10 I'm in, but
that's even pushing
$20. No, thank you.
But you know what?
I think there's a way to unlock them through gameplay.
Yeah,
let's look into that. Yeah,
it's got to be. But I'm excited because the main bad guy in
Dr. Doom
is Dr. Doom.
He's got the cosmic cube and he wants to do bad stuff with it. He like slams it into the not the observer but the
Watcher.
The Watcher. He like shoves it into his forehead and obliterates him.
That's actually awesome.
That's pretty
cool.
hardcore.
The cutscenes were pretty cool, and they do like some animated comic book, like motion comic type stuff for a lot of the cutscenes. But it's.
Do you know which Marvel writer?
I don't know. I'm not familiar enough with Marvel writers to pick that name out.
Yeah,
Marqees. Pointing at Marqees.
Yeah.
If I point at Eli, he'll go, "What?"
But that's pretty much everything that I've been doing. I rewatched Star Trek. I'm going to go see Star Trek Into Darkness and Now You See Me tomorrow.
Yes, please do.
Really,
because they're awesome.
really looking forward to both of those.
Yeah, we haven't really, gone into spoilers because you haven't watched.
Yeah. I'm so far behind. I picked up a copy of Fast 5. I'm going to watch that, and then I'm going to see Fast 6. I'm real excited to see that, too, because I love those movies. I absolutely love those movies.
So far, I know it's not winning, but Star Trek Into Darkness is probably overall the best summer film.
Yeah,
I'm sure. It looked amazing.
Fast 6 is great, don't get me wrong. I think
it's Fast 6.
Fast 5 is just a
like just the
better.
little tidbit of Spock fighting Sherlock fighting Sherlock on top of that like spacecraft was nuts.
It's so awesome.
I can't wait.
And when you see that guy,
and I can't wait to see what kind of antics they have in this one because the antics in the first movie were so good.
There are shenanigans going on.
Yeah, the shenanigans from the first movie were so good.
You're gonna see a guy wield a.
Don't tell me. I'll see it.
A weapon and another weapon.
I'll see it tomorrow.
And just say it, there'll be 2 weapons.
Okay,
two weapons.
I'll be on the lookout for 2 weapons.
It's going to remind you of Halo. How about that?
Yeah, like something from
And I don't like Halo,
I'm
so
very excited.
for me to make a Halo reference,
Benedict Cumberbatch. That's the name I was trying to think of.
Well, his name was like John.
It's I forget the villain he's playing.
Like John Morrison or Mason or Harrison or something.
Yeah, John Harrison.
That's what I've been doing.
All right.
I'm really nervous.
Shantel. What
No
have you
reason
been
to
doing? What are you doing?
I'm really nervous.
What are you doing? I'm going to keep saying it until you say something. What are you doing?
Sorry. I just started this comic book called Rust. Haven't got really that far into it, just a couple issues. It's about this guy who takes a pharmaceutical drug for that keeps him awake 24/7. Interesting concept. Haven't got really that far into it to like really talk about it, so that's one of the things I've been reading. Just finished a book called Divergent, which is turning into a movie. It's a big fan movie. It's like The Hunger Games. I actually think it's a little better than The Hunger Games, but post-apocalyptic.
Is it a little bit geared toward maybe a little bit more mature audience, or?
Still, I would say it's still the same kind of audience as The Hunger Games.
Yeah.
But you probably get a bunch
Writing's
of...
a little bit more mature.
Yeah. They're like, it's set in like post-apocalyptic world, and they're separated into like 5 different factions. And just to, I guess, basically to figure out what's going on with the world, like how they got there by separating these people into these different factions to see how they work and everything. So it's a pretty good book. I recommend it. Waiting for the Veronica Mars movie to come out. I'm huge.
Marqees has told us that you're a huge Veronica Mars fan.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's cool.
I
So
backed
you
the Kickstarter,
kickstarted it.
so yes, I totally did.
Why are you shaking your head? It's a good show.
I haven't watched any of it, and I hate Dax Shepard.
Well, he's not in the show.
He's
I'm
not
just
in it.
saying he ruined Kristen Bell.
Well, yeah, because I saw Hit and Run.
Boom goes dynamite.
That was horrendous.
Come on, you've heard that before.
Yeah, I've
right?
heard that
Okay.
before. On
But
like
this
playgrounds.
this is pre-Dex, so it's good.
Yeah. Okay.
What else am I? Just saw the season finale of The Office, which was amazing.
I enjoyed that a lot too.
I cried a little bit. Not gonna lie.
It's a very emotional episode, and I thought it was very well done.
Yeah. The one thing that needed to happen happened, and like Steve Carell showed up and made
Yep.
it. That's what she said joke, and
That was it.
that was
They, from that point on, they didn't even have to do anything else for me. I was just like, well, great.
I loved how he looked like he had been crying all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
the whole like after like when they were in a factory, when they were they were in the warehouse, it looked like all they did was they were crying through the scenes.
Yeah.
They were just like they were just so tired. Like we just gotta go. Like they were like,
Yeah.
literally like, let's just go upstairs and just hang because it's
Yeah.
over. We gotta just let it drain out now.
Yeah, it was everything I thought it was going to be, so I'm happy about
The
that.
whole lead up to the finale, like the last 4 episodes where they did the hour-long episodes, was just all
Yeah.
amazing. Like that was the highlight of that whole season,
Mhm.
except for the one episode that was really funny. That was a Dwight episode. That was a couple episodes in between the beginning and those.
Was it the one on the
hour-long ones.
farm?
It might have been the one on the farm. I don't remember.
'Cause that was
I
supposed-
remember there was one regular half
That
hour.
was supposed to be the
episode
pilot. That was supposed to be the
For-
pilot.
The pilot
Yeah,
for the
for
Shrews.
True Farm.
For the
Yeah,
shoot, yeah.
yeah. I enjoyed. They finished the season the right way.
They're
Yeah.
crazy for not making that a TV show, I think.
I think they are
Yeah.
too. I think they are
I think
very
that was
insane
been
for not making that, because
amazing.
the dynamic between him and the other members of his family is always hilarious.
Yeah, Once Upon a Time. The season finale of that was pretty amazing.
All the
Pan
other
sucks, but
yeah, all the
Peter Pan's a jerk.
I'm waiting to see that stuff on Netflix. I really enjoyed the first season.
yeah.
and
I'm with Easy. I'm waiting for Netflix.
with that show, I need to just sit and watch it all.
Yeah, but the cliffhanger for season 2 is so big that you're going to just be like, okay, when's this coming out? I want to see the next
yeah,
episode.
pretty much. Because that's how it was when I was like, all right, so what's the next episode?
Nice. I look forward to that then.
It's like crack.
Another show I've been watching is Revenge. It's pretty.
I fell off on that one too. That was a great show the first
Well,
season, and then I just
yeah,
kinda
the
fell
second
off.
season kind of was
They
like
kind of started
it
doing
was-
some weird
it
stuff, and I was
iffy.
like,
But they bounced back like halfway through the season, and
"That's good."
she finally revealed who she was to one of the characters. So
Oh.
that was pretty interesting. I think
Nice.
that's pretty much it.
Good deal.
Still have 10 seconds.
I could just make up stuff.
Fill
for
the
10 seconds.
space.
No, it's fine. Because these two ran over so much, it's okay. No.
We ate
So-
all of your time.
So Nathan, what are you doing?
Yeah, what do you do?
I watched a lot of stuff. I didn't play a lot of games this week. Played a little bit more Fuse. It's a game. So then...
Moving on.
moving on. I was going to get back into Sleeping Dogs, and I feel this obligation to beat Fuse and write a review on it, but then I played it, and then I was like, oh, this is extremely frustrating by myself. So then I watched Warm Bodies. It's basically, I'm going to ruin it for anyone that's listening, Romeo and Juliet with humans and zombies.
Yeah.
It's kind of silly. Don't go into it expecting a horror film with dating
I heard it was
tropes.
kind of redeeming.
It's a fun movie. Don't get me wrong. It's silly. It's lighthearted. It's a lighthearted zombie film. You don't see a lot of those. It doesn't have a crappy ending.
You don't see any of those.
Well, I could actually
there's
name
like
one or two.
Fido. That's
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
Fido.
lighthearted.
There's one called R or something like that.
Yeah.
With the zombies, and it kind of had. It seemed like a really lighthearted film, like it was going for a happy ending, and it doesn't. There's a movie called The Revenant, which is on. It was on Netflix for a bit. I don't know if it still is, but it's about like vampire zombie combo thing. Like these people do something to humans, and the ending of that is so dark. It goes from comedy to darkness quickly. What else? I'm trying to think of, because I watched so much stuff. I watched Attack on Titan. Which is
Awesome.
Amazing.
I still haven't seen the show yet.
You have to watch
Everyone's
that
been
show.
telling me the show's amazing.
Are you caught up on it yet? You have to.
No, I'm not caught up.
Okay, I've been watching it.
awesome.
I'm not going to talk about specifics. But
I heard the manga's really good too.
Hey!
but it's extremely enjoyable. Let's see. I watched. That's on Hulu Plus, and then I started watching. It's subtitled. Started watching Tenchi Muyo
Yes!
Battle on Geminar.
I don't know about that.
Well, I love Tenchi Muyo.
Yeah, Tenchi Muyo is pretty funny.
This is the sequel to Ryo-Oki, Tenchi Muyo Ryo-Oki.
Oh, okay.
And it actually is his brother, Kenshi. And
wait. Are we talking about the Tenchi, like Tenchi in
Where he's
Tokyo?
got all the girls
Oh,
and-
my gosh,
Okay.
I hated Tenchi.
I liked the original Tenchi. I didn't like Tenchi in Tokyo or... I don't know. I'm trying to think of the other seasons. I didn't like them, so I forgot their names. But I liked the initial one, and then I have yet to watch Ryo-Oki. And I liked Galaxy Police, actually. That was fun.
Galaxy Police was pretty cool.
Because it wasn't Tenchi, it was a new setup.
Yeah.
And they didn't use the same voice actresses, all the time. So you get to experience more. This takes place on a different planet. We don't know how Kenshi got there. And... he has superhuman strength and speed because he's awesome, because his family is full of warriors. In case you didn't know that, his family is full of, science... I don't know, science...
Science warriors.
Like, space warriors, they can
Of
do all these,
space
like,
and
awesome
time.
combat magic things. It's super science. It looks like magic. Tenchi has, a lightsaber, in case you don't remember.
Yep.
Plus the light hawk wings. Well, Kenshi is just amazing. He's just doing awesome moves and destroying everything, and then he ends up, of course, at a boarding school for really important girls.
Of course he does.
And people are falling in love with him.
Because Japan.
But
Because
it's still
Japan, yep.
still actually really well done. Definitely don't let children watch it though. And then let's see, watched the season finale of Revolution. That was actually really good.
Was it?
Yes. Because,
Was it really?
All right,
Oh
all right.
my
I'm
goodness.
just gonna tell you what it is.
Was it-
I'm just gonna tell you.
was it good?
I got time for this. All right. the bad guy that was like one of the scientists, he was in charge of the project that did the whole thing. First off, this thing wasn't supposed to spread across the world. It was just supposed to go across America. So the entire planet has been devastated by this, and they didn't really know that. They get to the level 12 of the tower. The tower is an underground bunker, and that's where all this started. That's where they launched it. People have been living there, but guess what? They have had their own paradise underground. So, comfy chairs, power, food. That's really it. But, they can listen to music and play video games. So, what else? They fix it. The power's back on. The first thing that happens, they walk out of the room. Bad guy comes, sneaking in because he got an access card from a dead person. Shuts the door, shoots something, busts the lock, and launches 2 nukes. One on Philadelphia, which is the capital for the Monroe Republic, which has been the bad guy the whole time, Monroe.
Yeah.
And then Atlanta, Georgia. So he nukes both of them. Done. Because the South is actually the richest nation. Now that's going to have power. The president was like, okay, let's suit up. Let's roll this. Go. We're going to bomb the crap out of Philadelphia. Because they have everything waiting in the wings. But no, this guy nuked everything. Then they're like, why did you do this? Why? He said, why? Because I'm a patriot. Puts a gun to his head and blows himself away. Then at the very end, you see some guy walk up. There's some pictures in the background you can't really make out. He said, everything's been taken care of, Mr. President. He got it fixed. Power's back on.
At some point, did anyone say "lolly lulelo"?
No, but the
Bye.
they pull back, and the guy who's talking to is the President of the United States. He survived all this time, and he's just been waiting to get back in power.
You mean Metal Gear?
Does it not sound like something from that a little bit?
It's convoluted enough.
Exactly. You should love it. So therefore, they pull back, and they're actually in Cuba. Like, the United States built a small official fort down there. So, yeah. Anyways, that happened. Now,
maybe if it all shows up on Netflix, I'll sit and watch the whole thing.
It probably will. Season 1. That was just season 1. It got super crazy.
Yeah.
People were complaining because all I wanted was a TV show where the power's off. I'm like, I don't care. I just like where it's going. It's from the maker of Supernatural. It's from the original showrunner of Supernatural. So I like it. Because Supernatural the season finale was good, but it's also getting a little stale. But after this past...
It should have ended like 3 seasons ago.
Yeah, but they're giving him so much money. It's like, okay, you want a 9th season, you want a 10th season, you want a 12th season.
As long as they have fans, they're going to keep going.
Right, it's one of the biggest shows on the CW.
I wish they could have said the same for Smallville.
Well, Smallville, Tom Welling was starting to get a little older. He went to go do other things,
And what has he done?
That's what I was curious.
What has he done?
His name has popped up somewhere recently, actually.
He's going to be in a football movie.
Let me see what he's done.
Yeah, he's going to be in a football movie.
Yeah, I don't remember who's in it, but it's apparently some big names, I think.
Is it either De Niro or Pacino or one of those guys?
It's Pacino.
Oh. Yeah, Pacino, not so good.
Yeah. He hasn't been going.
You think De Niro's great right now? Come on now. Be serious.
No.
At least he's relevant.
He tries harder.
Pacino doesn't try. He
those
just
guys,
he just finds
those guys shouldn't have to try.
They shouldn't have to work anymore, and yet they are. They're like, let's just keep doing this.
They should be producing movies.
In 2014, he's going to be in a movie called Draft Day.
That's it.
Yeah.
But the big thing that happened this week on TV, there's going to be some spoilers here, so cover your ears if you don't want to hear Game of Thrones spoilers.
Oh, I don't. Yep, that's me.
Seriously?
I haven't finished the book yet.
This is book 3 we're into.
I know, I haven't finished
the
first one.
You can still hear me, though.
Yeah.
Do like both hands. You're going to want to...
La.
Okay, don't talk.
Okay.
Yeah. So, the Red Wedding happened. It was absolutely amazing and brutal watching, Robb Stark die and watching his mother die and watching his wife die and watching the unborn child die. Blood everywhere. Go online. Watch people's reactions to it. It's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
Murder and genocide. It's fantastic.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure I have a little bit of depression from that. I might have been slightly depressed and filled with rage. But other things, also help with that, like, me being alive. So, it was a very depressing episode. Don't watch it alone. I definitely recommend watching it, though. Best thing I've ever seen on TV. So well done, and I've never wanted to continue watching a show more. Like, the instant that episode was over, I wanted another episode. Like, I would have probably sliced a throat for it.
That's deep.
It cuts deep.
I know a couple people that you can talk to about that.
You've got issues.
Oh, did you mean psychologists?
You've got
Among others.
Okay, so anyways, absolutely outstanding. So I just wanted to talk about the little GOT. And if you're not watching Game of Thrones, shame on you.
I'm not watching Game of Thrones.
Neither am I.
I don't have HBO.
Yeah,
torrent that crap.
What? No.
I started
Seriously?
showing it to you, and you were just like, whatever.
No, you didn't hear Nathan say torrent anything. Go buy it officially.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Go buy it. Actually, it's worth giving the money to that because it's outstanding.
I just haven't finished the books yet. That's the only reason I haven't watched it.
I haven't even started the books yet.
Why? I'm just now hearing it.
When there are
Because
things, when there are
You
things,
wait.
Like, no, not like just now. Like a couple weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah. And that was only through Facebook.
Congratulations to welcome to the show, TV writer.
Biggest show on TV. It's called Game of Thrones. It's on HBO.
I work with kids all day, okay? I just want to relax when I go home.
Yeah, you don't want to watch this when you go home. You'll get mad. I know I sometimes did. Amazing show, though. Outstanding. It's worth owning every single episode. I've got them on Blu-ray. If you want a Blu-ray player, go get them on DVD. But it's amazing. It's beautifully shot. Special effects are good. The budget is ginormous, but everyone wants this show and everyone wants to watch it. So I can't wait for the next episode. The only thing that has me more excited about our next topic, in general, is that. So Game of Thrones season 3 finale comes up on Tuesday. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more on next podcast. But right now we're going to get into the news with the news bites, Marqees.
No, first we do the Netflix Gem of the Week.
Oh man,
that's your fail.
it is, but also
I need to make a bumper for the Netflix Gem of the Week.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay, so I have the Netflix Gem of the Week this week, and my choice is Tomorrow When the War Began. It is Australia's Red Dawn, if you will. What?
Is it better?
Than the '84 Red Dawn?
Either.
Definitely better than the new one. Yeah.
Thor.
Tomorrow When the War Began.
So, So what happens is these group of kids, they go on vacation. While they're on vacation, Australia gets overrun. Like, gets attacked. They come back home. People are missing. They can't find their families. And they realize stuff went down. And then they gotta go and they gotta hide. And then they make the decision where they gotta fight. And they start fighting back and getting guns and shooting stuff and hiding out in the woods and just like in Red Dawn and stuff. And they meet the gruff military guy and stuff. But it's a really good film. I enjoyed it.
How's the cinematography?
It was well done. Australian films normally have really decent cinematography. They don't really do horrible jobs over there.
Well, that one that I talked about the other week had beautiful cinematography, but it was a high budget movie. So this one, pretty good budget, I would say.
Pretty,
okay.
Yeah. Again, it's Australian star, so it's no one that we really know. But I thought it was just a really good movie. I'd go check it out. So yeah, that's my Netflix Gem of the Week.
I just added it to my queue.
I think it's
Good
already
job.
on my queue.
Bam.
It's one of those movies that's been sitting there, and I'm like, I'll watch it tomorrow.
You should watch it.
When the war begins.
I want someone else to watch it and say it's good.
You know what? It was in my queue for a while, and I said, yeah, I'll watch it tomorrow. But when I finally said that I'm watching it, I was like, dude, this is a really good movie.
The reason I didn't is because tomorrow the war begins.
I already made that joke. You missed it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you speaking?
Yeah.
I don't care.
Oh.
Because
you will care.
Yeah, you will, because I'm going to talk in a minute. We're going to get into the news. I figure we'll cover Marquee's info
I
first.
get to go first today.
You always go first.
No.
Yep.
And then we're going to cover that because it's going to leak into everything else we're talking about for the rest of the podcast.
Yep.
Yeah.
Marquees.
So let's do the top 10 first. Fast Furious 6.
I'm sorry. Did you say Fast 6? Because I thought you said, Now You See Me or After Earth. In fact, I thought After Earth would be number 1.
Well, you know what? That ruined Will Smith's box office streak. This is his first flop.
It was number 3 in the box office. It's not.
He said the worst thing possible is if that movie were to be number 2.
Yeah.
So he's probably got a gun in his mouth right now.
No, well, you know why?
Scientologing it up right now.
You know why? Because he wrote it.
Well, him and M. Night, right?
No, he wrote it, and Shyamalan polished it.
You can't polish a turd, folks.
Well, the initial concept of the movie was...
And Shyamalan's not the guy to do it, because he's got plenty of turds.
Well, anyway, Fast. I'm not even going to touch it. Fast 6, 35.1 mil. Number 2 was Now You See Me with 29.3 mil.
Awesome.
You know what? That was a decent film.
I'm real excited to see it tomorrow.
Yeah, it was.
I do want to see it.
It was pretty good. Lots of twists. You'll
I
enjoy.
love twists.
But
Not M. Night Shyamalan twists.
Oh, yeah, no.
With a twist.
No one ever gets those twists.
I'm a superhero.
And there were plants.
You know what the twist for me at the end of After Earth was? M. Night Shyamalan directed that movie. That was the twist. That was the twist. Which was perfect segue. After Earth was number 3 at 27.5 mil.
Well, Vivica A. Fox said it was amazing.
Yeah, she's crazy. She's a ball.
Right.
She's a ball of nuts.
Well, she's close friends with Will Smith. They were both in
Independence Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was like 100 years ago.
Aww.
You know why? That's why she said it was good. Because they're thinking about doing Independence Day too. So she wants to be in it.
Welcome to Earth.
That movie should have been done already.
Yeah.
No, and then that movie was dumb.
Movie was great.
Hey, no second.
Rolling them.
That's another podcast. Number 4 was Star Trek In the Darkness with 16.7 mil.
It's been out for what, 3 weeks now?
Yeah,
So it's okay to be number 4.
yeah. Number 5 was Epic, which was 16.6 mil. I heard it was boring.
It looks kind of generic.
Wait, didn't it open this week? Or was it last week?
It was
Like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It came
2 weeks ago tomorrow.
Yeah. Number 6 was The Hangover Part 3 with 16.3 mil, which is absolutely boring. Iron Man came number 7 with 8.4 mil.
Huh.
We know Iron Man's gonna be filtering out. They made their $1 billion already, so
This is just the plot of The Incredibles.
Yes, how it should have ended was awesome.
You're Syndrome, and I'm Mr. Incredible.
I even have a cool black guy who helps me fight crime.
And he has a super suit.
And he has a super suit.
It's amazing.
So it made its money already. They might as well just cut RDJ 10% of that $1 billion and say, here's $100 million. Please come back for Avengers 2.
Yeah. That's really going to hurt that movie if they lose Whedon and Robert Downey Jr. They might not even make it.
They're not going.
Oh, they'll make it.
They'll make it, but they're not going to lose Whedon. Nope.
They'll throw that
make
money.
it happen.
They'll
He
throw
could
out the
ask
money.
for children. They would give.
They'll walk up to Disney and be like, "Hey, could we have access to your vault of bills? We need to go in and pick out a couple nice ones for us to throw at this guy."
They'd say,
if he wanted a virgin sacrifice, I think Disney would give it to him right about now to make him do this movie, and that's saying a lot.
if they wanted to do Joe versus the volcano in real life, like actually tell someone that they had a brain cloud, he'd go for it.
Yeah.
They'd be
Well, Great Gatsby was number 8 at 6.5 million.
That's good. That movie was awesome. I'm glad that it's still making some money.
I'll watch it eventually.
Yeah,
A movie I cannot pronounce is number 9. Ya Jawane Hadiwane.
What?
Yeah, no joke.
What?
It's a new movie. It just came out. And that came out number 9 at $1.5 million. I think it was a smaller budget film. We didn't get it because it's a smaller film.
Small market.
Yeah. And then number 10 was Mud.
How is that still making money? I don't.
It's got Matthew McConaughey.
And Reese Witherspoon.
Yes.
I'm an American citizen.
You can't arrest me on American soil.
Oh, God.
She needs to be on SNL this season, and just to redo that whole scene.
Bill Hader is leaving.
Yeah,
He left. He's gone.
He's gone.
But he's actually in a really good movie coming out soon. I think it's the To-Do List, I think.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for that.
You gotta admit, that looks funny.
Yeah.
Shut your face.
And out this week, The Internship, starring Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson.
I've heard bad
They
things.
just need to stop.
You're gonna go see that.
Why?
That's so terrible. looking.
Why can't I see the good movie?
Well,
gonna
you're
be
gonna get to
asleep
go
through half
see
of it.
next week.
I bet you'll see all the movies.
You're gonna see next week. What's next week?
I haven't seen Gatsby yet, but I've seen just about all the big summer
Yeah, you've seen
blockbusters.
pretty much every big thing.
You get to see what is it? This is the end.
This is the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
which I heard was outstanding.
Yeah,
I actually
comedy.
want to see that.
I've heard
Yeah.
good
Even though
things.
Jonah Hill's in it.
Yeah, we can't. Chantel can't
I
stand Jonah.
can't stand it.
She has a hate for Jonah Hill.
You
but
know, he's
I've
kind of
never-
turning into a douche. I
Yes,
heard.
He is.
he was
He-
funny when he was fat.
No. Rolling
lost
Stone.
weight and he's like a
Rolling
douche.
Stone. They did a group interview for Rolling Stone, and they were asking him questions like, "What kind of fart are you?" He goes, "That's not an important question. I've made a transition from being a comedic actor to a serious actor." And it's like,
What, the one movie he was in with Brad Pitt?
yeah.
Well, he was nominated for an
Okay.
Oscar, so therefore,
Therefore,
I
he's
don't
a
think he
serious
deserved an
actor.
Oscar.
it wasn't that good of a movie, by the way.
It's hard for people to take you seriously.
And then
21 Jump Street was the bomb.
The Purge comes out this week.
That's just a horrible premise.
No, it's a good
That's
concept.
a mess.
I'm
That's,
down for it.
Disgusting.
If you
No,
think
it's-
about it, I can see in America doing that
Yeah.
in like 20 years.
I can see
No.
Texas doing that.
I
That's
mean,
disgusting.
it was one day a year. You have an entire year to prep to do a crime all night. Or if you want to be a vigilante, you can just round up and be a vigilante for one night.
Chicago has a lot of superheroes.
You know, it's not even a full day. It's only 12 hours.
Yeah, it's only
So
12 hours.
of just utter chaos, and then they clean up.
That's a horrible.
But there's no crime. There's like no
horrible
crime.
1% unemployment rate. I can see it for that. Yeah, I can see that.
We're overpopulated.
But that's that. None of that stuff would ever come about because of that. That's not an.
well, you have to
actual-
see the movie to find out how it
Yeah.
happens.
And Much Ado About Nothing comes out. It's some
It's
It's
smaller.
a remake of an old movie, isn't it?
It's a Shakespeare play. I thought
No.
Shakespearean play. Much Ado About Nothing.
Yeah, it sounds like Shakespeare.
Well,
It's Joss Whedon, and he got all of his favorite actors: Nathan Fillion, Andy
Oh.
Acker. This is the movie he made during the Avengers.
Oh,
he
gotcha.
he got his children together and said, "Children, let's make a movie."
This is it looks like
Assemble.
yeah. I mean, he got all his favorite people, and he's like, hey, let's hang out and make a little film while I'm making $1 billion juggernaut, and they did it, and here it is.
Did you have a little Nixon come out there?
Billions of dollars.
your,
Watergate.
your Mandarin impression.
Oh yeah.
America.
America.
Oh, that's it for me. And oh wait, there's one thing we do need to talk about real quick. We need to talk about. Well, we haven't talked about it already, but Joss Whedon saying he's not going to come back if RDJ doesn't get that money.
If RDJ doesn't get that money, or then JW is going
RDJ.
PO.
Well, he just he's going to PO on Avengers 2 now.
Yeah.
He's godfathering a lot of the other Marvel stuff, which is fine. But being that the Avengers 2 script is already basically written and ready to go,
Yep.
production starts this year.
Yep.
It's kind of necessity. It's kind of a necessity for them to.
They're filming in Detroit,
Yeah.
or is that
Oh.
the new Transformers?
No, that's the new Transformers movie. Because Detroit needs money.
Yeah.
So, I think they're filming it. I think they're gonna film in Cleveland again, like they did last time. Parts of New York. But they really do need to get this taken care of, like
Get the money.
ASAP. Because Cap is filming now. As soon as Cap's done filming, they get like
If they hold out and make it seem like they're not going to pay him, then maybe Robert Downey Jr. will just be like, "All right, I'll do it."
No, I think
No.
he doesn't have to. He
They doesn't have to.
Yeah.
He's already done his
the
contractual
ball
obligations.
is in their court,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I don't know.
he can just lean back and but as well. Let me ballpark a number: $200 million.
His last movie with just him alone made over $1 billion, so they
Yeah.
can afford it. I mean, it's not like they
What- but what's-
didn't see it coming.
Well, what's that going to do for the rest? What's
Nice.
that going to do for the rest of the
Nice.
cast? I mean,
Very
what,
good.
What about Chris Evans and Hemsworth?
Evans doesn't even want to do it anymore.
Yeah, Evans doesn't even-
Hemsworth
Yeah.
probably doesn't want to do it anymore either. He actually said he doesn't want to keep getting in shape all the time. So
That's what Evans said.
I don't want to keep getting in shape
I am
all
pretty
the time
sure I
either.
heard Hemsworth also said that too, because like you have to go on a crazy diet for all of them. They all have
Yeah.
to do it.
But
So
I'm like, you know this when you sign off to do the movie.
Yeah, they exactly.
I
you
think
know you're
it,
signing off for a big picture deal.
They saw
Like,
the money. They all saw the money first.
but they should get more money because they're getting crap money. That's the thing. Like Downey,
Are they getting crap money?
compared to what Downey's getting, he made $50 million for Avengers, plus he got points on the back end.
Well,
the
he
rest
was
of them got
no. You can't blame him getting that money from him being
Not
smart
blaming
and them
him.
being stupid and not paying playing a role on his part. What happened was Evans. They figured, hey, Captain America, man, it's not going to do well. Thor. What they should have thought was, if this thing works out, maybe we need to milk for a little more money than what we're getting. But they didn't,
Yeah,
and now they're stuck into a 9-picture deal.
Yep.
Everyone, I would say Samuel Jackson's getting paid because he ain't complaining.
No.
Renner doesn't care because he likes to play Hawkeye.
Yep.
So them leaving would be a bigger role for him.
His career just exploded, so he's like, I don't care. I don't care. 42. I don't care.
Scarlett Johansson's not saying much.
No, she's probably good. They all had better lawyers, I bet, than
Yeah.
Hemsworth and Evans.
Yeah. So I mean,
And the people that did complain the most, they're gone. Look at Mark Ruffalo replaced Ed Norton.
yeah.
And
Ed Norton got replaced. I want creative control. Hup to pow. Couldn't see you later.
Edward, my bad, Edward. Ed Norton was on the Honeymooners.
Yeah.
Don't want to confuse those.
Right to the moon.
All right,
All right. Well,
let's get to the new releases
Let's do it.
for the
All right.
games, and then we're going to go into E3.
This is the best new releases. Well, technically, one of them I can't even is for next week's podcast, but I'm gonna get it out there anyway because it's next week.
And we're not going to really talk about it.
Yeah, but it'll be
Go.
But Animal Crossing comes out Sunday. Finally,
Great.
New Leaf for the 3DS. That's going to be $34.99. You can pick that up at your local retailers, or you can download it from the eShop day of the release. Then, there's a little game coming out on Friday the 14th.
What is it?
It's called The Last of Us.
That sounds
It seems like a game that you might want to play, because it's by the people that made Uncharted, Naughty Dog.
Are those good games?
Those are really good games, and they have already been saying that this is probably the best game ever to come out for the PS3.
You know what's funny? This reminds me of the PS2 because the best games for the PS2 came out toward the end of the life cycle. They're
Right.
like, we know how to make games.
That's just kind of the way things usually go, because companies really figure out, like, they've got 3 or 4 games under their belt for the console. They know all the secrets of the console. They don't have to figure anything out or test anything. They just know how to use the equipment, and they get in there and they make an amazing product.
See, it doesn't happen that often because we don't have life cycles as long as the PlayStation life cycle.
This is the longest life cycle that we've had in a while. So
yeah, I mean, look, the Xbox 360 has amazing games coming out for
Yep.
it. The PS3 has amazing games coming
Yep.
out for it. I think we've seen the majority of the best ones. We have seen the best ones for the 360 already.
yeah.
It's amazing that this game's coming out. But PS2 had that. PlayStation 1 didn't really because we were all too busy playing other systems at that time, and no one really cared about the PS1 in
Nintendo
2005.
64.
PS1 was a great system,
But
it had a lot of good stuff.
once
but
the other one
you're
came
right,
out.
people didn't really have enough time to kind of play around with it a lot and maximize its potential.
Exactly. Dreamcast, GameCube,
Yeah.
Xbox.
Everybody was spread a little bit thin around then.
Right. The systems were, the life cycle in the 90s and early 2000s, terrible. Now, people are like, we only want to buy one system and we want to just keep playing games on that system.
Yeah.
And that's worked out really, really well. So, Last of
But
Us.
Last of Us looks absolutely amazing. They're still being kind of quiet about how exactly the multiplayer works. They just kind of want to let people get in there and see it when it comes out, I guess. But
It's something you have to experience, really.
they said it's pretty different, so I'm looking forward to getting into that after I go through the whole story. I'm real happy that my pre-order includes a soundtrack, because I've heard amazing things about the soundtrack already, so I'm looking forward to having that. But yeah, the game just looks absolutely incredible, and Naughty Dog has never failed me before, so I will continue to enjoy their games thoroughly. But that's the releases. There's a couple other little middling things. Not middling, but there's a couple other little things.
We
here and
really
there.
got to get into the other stuff,
Yeah.
though. The news is just dropping like crazy because what's next week?
Next week is E3,
We've already mentioned
the
that.
Electronic Entertainment Expo,
I'm gonna keep
2013.
talking about it. Here's the thing. News has just been dropping like crazy. Go ahead and give us
Everybody's been dropping news lately.
the Metal Gear news just
All
right
right.
now.
Well, today Konami released a video showing that Kiefer Sutherland will be voicing Snake in Metal Gear Solid 5.
he does
The
have a great
Phantom
voice.
Pain. they released this video, and this video seems really bizarre to me. It feels like a spoof, because they've got Avi Arad in there talking about how he's pals with Hideo Kojima, and is just sitting there, and he's like, yeah, I told him that I know this actor, and he's Kiefer Sutherland, he's great, and I told him I recommended, and like, I'm just like, alright, well, you know, that seems really weird. And I'm thinking it's a spoof. I'm thinking they're getting their claws into the fans a little bit more, because there was such an outlash when Hader was like, oh, they never contacted me to do a voice for Metal Gear Solid 5. And so that was funny, and Hader was on Twitter trolling Kojima, like, I don't know, he sent like 4 or 5 tweets their way, and it was pretty good. He had some digs in for him. So I don't know, maybe he's playing along, or maybe Kiefer is going to be one of, like, maybe he's going to be Big Boss.
Solidus.
Or, yeah, maybe Solidus is coming back. I don't know, though, because, like, this is going to be in between 3 and 4, I think.
Has there been a plasma snake?
Or in between 2 and 4.
Or a gaseous snake?
No, but
Okay.
There's still room for Hader to be Solid Snake, I think. So we'll see. The only way we'll know is probably when the game comes out, or whenever they decide to tell us it was a hoax.
Like next week.
But
next week.
I
would say this plays perfect in everyone's hand.
Yeah, they have been known for having real crazy E3 like videos and stuff. Yeah.
Kiefer is just signed on for a small mini 24 stint. This would be huge for him because it's getting your gamer people involved. He's going to be Snake.
In the interview, he was like, I'm not a gamer, but even I know about the huge success of this franchise, and was real excited to get a chance to play this character. And I'm just like,
really?
Hags.
It sounds
really
forced. It sounds really forced.
I call Hags.
I'm hoping a huge check.
And there's this one thumbnail from the video where he's just got this goofy grin on his face, where he's just like, and I'm just like, it looks kind of like you're making fun. Like, so I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it's all real. That's fine. They're going for like a 40-year-old Snake, and so, you know, Kiefer sounds kind of like that. They can't use the guy. They can't use the guy they used for Metal Gear Solid 4 because that dude's like 80 in real life, and so like he actually sounds 80. So
yeah.
They gotta have this. They gotta have like somebody come in maybe to do one of the voices, but that doesn't mean that David Hayter's not going to be in there at all, because Kojima's really tricky.
And they're also using the guy that was the voice in Japan for Snake.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the Japanese voice is as far as I know the same. So.
And then another bit of tasty news. I'll go ahead and drop this one because I found it really amusing. Diablo 3 will be coming to the PS3 and Xbox 360 day and date.
Same day.
It's, was it September 3rd?
September 3rd or
9th.
October 3rd?
Can I get a big, it doesn't matter.
It does matter. It's really cool.
Well,
it's going to have 4-player same-screen co-op.
Which is actually awesome.
That's really cool.
That's huge. The thing that I like about it, though, it's not that I like, it's just that I find amusing. PlayStation, press conference back in February.
They made a big deal out
of
having...
Oh, we've got it!
We got Diablo 3! LOL Blizzard. Here's Dude Blizzard to come talk to you about the lore.
Oh, and then Microsoft said, oh, by the way, we just spent $1 billion on that. We want some of that action.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got into that, so probably the Xbox One will also have it because the PS4 is going to have it. I don't know why, but okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you're releasing a game in the fall, you got to have it available for everything. So,
but the systems don't come out until later. Unless,
we don't know.
Unless
somebody at the press conference next week could be like, "It's available tomorrow. Go to the store and buy it. Have fun."
That would be.
I think
nuts.
You would know that because
would I? They could show up from FedEx.
That's true. They could FedEx that crap in here.
Yep.
They don't even know what they're shipping.
Yep.
No, they would have to tell the game stores.
No.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
No, they wouldn't.
They could tell the managers.
They could tell managers, and managers would have to shut their mouth, or they would lose their job.
They would.
But they wouldn't have to tell regular big box retail.
No.
That stuff could just show up.
I don't know, because if we were working at the circuit, they would have to tell us.
No, they wouldn't.
No, they wouldn't.
If that stuff showed up, they'd be like, by the way, they just announced that this is available.
Well, they would only tell us, remember when we were working and we were selling Wiis, they would only tell us the Wiis were there.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, yeah, you're
last
right.
second.
Yeah, you're right. They would,
like, oh, yeah, by the way, we have Wiis.
Oh, by the way, the Wiis came in today.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not like, oh, hey, we're expecting Wiis. Just, oh, hey, we have Wiis.
Hey, we got them.
And then you called up all your friends. It's like, get in here and get a Wii.
Buy one, damn it.
because they're terrible, but we don't know that now.
They're gonna sell like hotcakes.
I'm glad I bought an MP3 CD player instead of a Wii back in the day, and totally worth it.
I'm glad that I didn't eBay my Wii because I had a lot of fun playing great games on it.
Oh, you meant sell it on eBay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant
I originally purchased my Wii to sell it for a profit on eBay.
Should have done that.
And I decided not to because I really wanted to play Twilight Princess.
See, they're talking about game systems that I don't own. All I own is the Xbox.
See, I would rather just play it on the
played it on Wii before,
GameCube.
but as a kid, I was babysitting. He has a Wii.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to more E3 news and coverage.
That's
all the news you got?
there's rumors flying around, of course, but I mean the biggest thing is going to be Nintendo is not having a press conference. They're just doing a Nintendo Direct on Tuesday, and they've confirmed that they will be talking about Smash Brothers for the Wii U and 3DS.
Which I would actually care about the 3DS version.
And they are also going to be talking about a new 3D Mario game for the Wii U.
That's not so
Oh, God. Enough with the Mario already.
No, it's not enough with the Mario. It's never enough with the Mario.
I gotta have my
Mario
Mario, man.
is
Oh, my goodness.
Mario is gaming.
Mario is Nintendo.
Mario is gaming.
Mario is Nintendo.
And
Mario
that's
is
why
gaming.
Nintendo's failing.
See, here's the thing. In 1980s and 90s, Mario was
Mario
gaming.
was great.
The
Mario was
2000s,
still gaming.
They
In
didn't
2000s?
make enough Mario games.
When I think of
in
video
the
games,
2000s.
the first thing that pops into my mind is Mario.
Not me.
No, I mean,
You know, like I actually think, PC gaming and a lot of stuff went through with that. And, go back to my old games. Yeah, sure, in the 80s. But the times changed so much that, no. In the, 90s, I was thinking about Sega Saturn, Sega
I was
Genesis.
thinking about Virtua Fighter. I was
Virtua
thinking
Fighter.
about... I was
Fighters
even thinking
Megamix.
about, I was even thinking about Sonic more than I was thinking about Mario.
Like when somebody says video games to me, I just picture like all the cast
Or
of
Street
Mario
Fighter.
sitting there.
Yes.
Street
Yeah.
Fighter, Mortal Kombat.
Chantel and I have a bitter Street Fighter rivalry.
Street Fighter.
Yeah.
I love me some Street Fighter. I like Street Fighter better than I like Mortal Kombat. But
My
that's
sister and
neither
I
here nor
always
there.
played Lethal Enforcers 2 Gunfighters on Sega CD.
I have that.
And we loved that because of Deputy Marshal.
Don't
We're
So good.
gonna
Posse.
I'm looking at you, and we're gonna solve our issues one day.
The train robbery.
Back when I was
Right.
a small child, I had a Sega Genesis, and I had Street Fighter 2, and my goal
Championship
was
Edition.
my goal was to beat Street Fighter 2 Championship
Never
Edition.
want to beat it. I beat it. In
I
one
got stuck
shot.
on Bison. This chick goes in with Chun-Li, beats the whole game,
Whole
and beats
game.
Bison.
Not knowing
I
what
freaked out.
in the
Wow.
world I was doing. I just was pressing buttons. Can't say it.
Oh, the face of pain.
It's a good video game memory.
Oh,
It is.
Yes, it's awesome.
And she told me today, goes, that's my only triumph over you in any video game. That I'm going to hold that over you, that you
It's
couldn't beat Street Fighter 2.
kind of a big one though. No
Street Fighter
offense.
2 was hard.
It was, but we all beat.
I
it
eventually-
But
except
your
for-
little sister who knows
I
nothing
eventually
about
didn't beat
games
it.
beat you.
But she beat it, and just with
It was
Chun-Li
pure
of all
luck, I
people.
have to say. It was pure
See,
luck.
I played Street Fighter 2 a lot on Championship Edition, but I would went to the beach one year, and my cousin had it for the Super Nintendo, and fighting him is like, was it Gohan fighting Goku in the time bubble, where you're
Yeah.
clearly fighting someone stronger than you, and they are always going to win, but you're getting stronger by fighting them.
Yeah.
So then I could go to like the mall when they had the kiosk.
Yeah, and destroy
And
people
destroy
at
people.
the mall.
I was like, "Rah!"
That was
Done.
always the best. I remember like at the old Toys R Us, like way like back when they had the Super Nintendo. I remember just running like shop on like everybody standing in line waiting to play Street Fighter when that came out.
That was so
because
much
I
fun.
had the one on Sega, and so I had played it enough that I could just stand there and bust stuff out.
I loved.
And I was just this little kid, and I was just standing there, and like these older kids are coming up, and I'm just like,
That's what I loved back in the day. The old Toys R
Yoga
Us.
Fire.
Remember the old Toys R Us video game section where it was just like two long
Yeah.
aisles put together?
Yep.
And then it was just, you look down.
You
it
look
you're
down
like,
and you see
"Oh."
kiosks popping out everywhere.
It was
You're
just
like,
amazing.
I'm gonna go play
Wall-
Sega.
Wall-to-wall video
I'm gonna
games
go
for
play
100
some
feet.
Game Boy.
Back to E3, we're going to see games from Microsoft for their Xbox One conference. But of course, they're going to talk about 360 games. They're going to talk about Xbox One. They're going to talk about Windows 8. What new Windows 8 game just got announced?
Spartan Chronicles, Halo Spartan
Assault.
Yep.
Oh,
That's
more Halo.
Better believe.
Good God Almighty.
Halo's really good, Marquise.
It's
It's better than Call of Duty.
It's like pulling teeth, this game.
You know, I don't know how you can like Black Ops 2 and not like Halo 4. They're almost the same thing.
Only Halo's better.
I really, really liked Halo 4 a lot.
It's real good.
Especially all that free content we got,
Yeah.
which was basically like a free game unto itself.
Yeah. I got a lot of free content.
The story wasn't...
I got all the maps for free, too, so...
Oh, well, I can't beat that. But it's so good. This game will be a top-down shooter akin to... What was it?
Gun Bros.
Gun Bros.
Gun Bros is a fun game.
Yep.
It's going to be basically that, but you're playing as a Spartan.
And it looks really good.
Gun Bros is
But
fun.
you can only play it on Windows 8 or Windows Phone, so...
Well, they're all Windows 8. The Windows Phone uses Windows 8.
Yeah.
So it's all Windows 8.
You can play it on Windows 8.
Wherever Windows 8 is found, you can
Unless
play
your
it.
phone's old, because it looks like it has pretty good graphics.
Well, your phone probably can't do Windows 8 then if it's... You know,
I don't know.
your phone can.
I have an iPhone.
Yeah.
I can't play it at all.
I can't play it at all.
I'm not going to buy
Sprint
anything to
doesn't
play it.
carry Windows Phone, so...
Which is weird.
It's a little bit odd.
Let's see. I'm trying to remember any other big news, but I think it's just going to be a crazy, crazy week. It's going to be a last hurrah for the Xbox 360. I think next year will be its final year. They're not even going to make it to Christmas. We're going to see it. You think
they're definitely going to keep releasing games for it into next year.
well into next year, but it's going to be like 2005 for the Xbox.
As long as my gamer tag doesn't delete,
No, it won't.
as long as my gamer tag goes over.
Well, see, here's the thing with that: the infrastructure for Xbox Live now only will support 100 friends.
Yeah.
The new infrastructure is going to support 1,000 friends.
Yes.
That's going to make them incompatible. You
But-
are not going to be able to play Xbox One. Like, you're not going to be able to see people online. Even maybe you might not even be able to see people online. Even hopefully they have some details and stuff about that next week.
But
about how that conversion will happen.
But the infrastructure was limited because of Xbox, original Xbox.
It's limited because of the actual infrastructure of Xbox Live.
But the original, alright, but that was based upon the original infrastructure, period. And the problem, you couldn't even get, like, what was it, 50 friends, or was it past 50 friends?
It's always been
because-
100, I think.
No.
No?
No. Originally, on the original Xbox, it was 50.
I had like 6.
I had 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Because no one cared. It was just,
Yeah.
hey, who are you playing Halo 2 with?
Yeah.
I played Halo in houses.
Yeah.
But it was alright, they've been building upon it, and the reason that it was so limited in the beginning, the Xbox Live for the 360, is because of the original Xbox.
Yeah.
So they had to then
So
cut
then once
ties
again,
with
they're doing that same kind of thing.
But
Or they're
here's the
expanding
thing. They're expanding on it, and I'm willing to bet they've left it open enough to build upon it so that it's going to talk back and forth. I'm not saying you can game.
Yeah. Well, no, you
You're
definitely
gonna-
can't game
you're
because there's
gonna
no backwards
see-
compatibility.
You're going to
for
see
Xbox
people
One.
online, though. You probably can chat with them.
But you probably won't the game with them.
You can't
Yeah,
Skype
see,
with them.
I don't know.
You're not going to be able to Skype. You're not going to be able to do the big features. But sending messages and seeing they're online...
I could see where
That-
sending messages and seeing that you're online would be beneficial for Microsoft to have that in, because then, like, if you're sitting there and you're playing on a 360 and you've got, like, 20 friends on Xbox One, and they're sitting there playing a game, it would be beneficial for you as that one person in Microsoft's eyes to see that all your friends have one and you don't. Because then
Exactly.
you'd be like, oh,
Also,
I need to go to the store.
they're not giving backwards compatibility, so I'm going to play my Xbox One, and then I'm going to have to go back and play my Xbox 360 for certain
Yeah,
games.
see, that's what I'm thinking, though.
So
like,
I think that everything's going to...
they need to they need to figure out, like,
I heard your points roll over, and then also your account...
achievements go over, yeah.
Your achievements, and then the initial account. So those things
See,
are
the
going
thing
to
that
talk
I'm worried
back
about
and
is
forth.
if you roll it forward, maybe it can't go back.
I think that it's going to
I'm upset
back
that
and
the
forth.
Avatar stuff doesn't get to go over.
Yeah.
They're using something entirely different.
But I'm just saying, all the money you poured into getting your Avatar stuff.
I never bought anything for my Avatar.
I spent less than $5 at most.
How much did you spend?
Not much.
But you're
Most of my
angry
stuff-
for the other people.
But I'm just saying, for people who bought all the cool costumes.
There were
and-
people that were into spending money all left and right on that.
That
all my
stuff is
Avatar
still
stuff
good,
is
though.
free because I got like my Mass Effect stuff was free and
Yeah,
and
most
all
of
that
the cool
stuff.
stuff that I have is free.
Well, that's the same thing with me. Like I'd buy a special edition of a game or something. I
Yeah,
got
and then
the-
you get a costume.
I got the Halo 4 Xbox, so I got a costume. So, that stuff I understand. But it's also like we talked about with like collectible card games online.
Yeah.
If you go into something like that, League of Legends,
It goes away eventually.
it goes away. So that money is not going to be there forever.
It's like you're borrowing it.
Yeah, that product ceases to
That's
exist
what
after a
gaming
while.
is coming to. You're borrowing stuff for a fee.
Although your movies and music still exist on Xbox Live. So like
Yep.
I bought, was it Halo Legends?
Yep.
And
That'll carry over.
it'll carry over. So
Because that's like a streaming thing or a download thing, so you'll just get.
yeah, it's just they have to
You'll
use
just
a
basically
different.
have credit for it.
It's a different mechanism to grab
The thing that I was
video
kind of
file
sad
and
about
put
is
it on
like
there.
some of the Xbox Live Arcade stuff. Like I really wish that Xbox Live Arcade they would have found some way for that stuff to transfer.
It's a brand new start.
It's an emulator though. I mean, you got to spend time and money on figuring out how to emulate stuff. And
You've got an Xbox 360. You'll still have it after the one comes
yeah,
out.
I will.
That's all you can say.
I know.
You never did buy the brand new Xbox
I don't-
360 anyways.
Yeah, I don't feel bad about losing backwards compatibility because like my Super Nintendo couldn't play Nintendo games.
And your 64 couldn't play Super Nintendo games.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not a big deal to me.
Although my 32X could play Genesis games.
It was just nice, like I mean, when the PlayStation 2 came out, like it was just the notion of I can play PlayStation 1 games on this.
Yep.
Awesome. Like I can just have one thing here sitting now. And then the PS3 came out, and I was like, I can play my PlayStation 1 and my PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 games on this? Excellent.
And then they stopped doing that.
And then they quit doing that.
You know the coolest thing? This just reminded me of something. 32X, sat on top of the Sega Genesis.
Yep.
So you had this little box, this little, like, bean-looking
Oh,
thing.
don't say little.
It was
it
a
was
good
huge.
size. It was a good size. If you had the original
It
Genesis...
basically doubled the size of the Genesis.
Well, it depends on which one. If you had the original
If you
Genesis...
had the fat Genesis,
It
then...
didn't.
Yeah, but if you had the Genesis...
The little one.
The Genesis.
Yeah.
The regular one was Sega. It was just Sega. Then the Genesis was small.
There were actually better co-words for that, but
Yeah.
it was like not the Neptune. I can't remember. Anyways,
I don't remember. Yeah.
so I had the original and I got stolen. The original fat one plus
Yep.
the Sega CD, and that all got stolen one day, which sucked. So I got the second edition or whatever, and it's the skinny one. So you have this giant bean thing sitting on top of it. Now the coolest thing was you take that, then a Game Genie.
Yeah.
All right, attach that to Sonic and Knuckles.
Yep.
And then
Put Sonic
3.
1, 2, or 3 on top of that.
So then you just have this like tower of gaming sticking out. And you're like, I guess I'll play Sonic and Knuckles and use some cheat codes.
And then if you had that internet thing, you could put that even before the Game Genie.
Mm-hmm.
Internet thing. What was that thing called?
It wasn't a satellite, was it?
No, it wasn't
No.
satellite.
That was the
I
one
forget
for
what it was
the-
called, but you had the little internet thing, was
Yep.
like basically a modem with a phone cord sticking out of it. You had that thing, then you had your Game Genie, then you had Sonic and Knuckles, then you had Sonic 3. So you got like 4 feet of gaming,
And 32X.
and a 32X, and a Sega CD, because it added a base onto the bottom of it.
That's if you had that one. I had the other one. Because you don't want to use... You couldn't use, I don't think, the...
Well, no, I mean, it plugged into the side, but it had a thickness to it. Like,
Oh, okay,
the Sega
yeah.
CD, like...
I thought you were counting the original one that added like 10 feet.
No, not the original one.
Did you ever see an original? Have you seen the original Sega CD, either of you?
Yes,
Yes.
I have.
It was a giant box.
It's like the original Sega, was like this and like this thick, and then the Sega CD was like this thick. I got one for my birthday from Sears, and one of the things it said, "Do not tip over." It was old school, so if you tipped it over, something broke.
Oh, yeah.
So what happened?
You
First
tipped
day
it
I
over.
got no, we didn't. They did. Sears tipped it, got it broken. It's got just crazy.
Nice.
Awesome birthday story. So, which those are great predictions for E3. I'm glad we made them. But I mean, they're going to talk about Halo.
They're going to talk about the... well,
Obviously,
maybe.
Mario's. No, they're
Grand
going to talk
Theft
about
Auto.
Halo, not Halo.
Yeah, not
specifically,
Halo.
not 5.
Yeah, but they do have the Halo TV series. They'll probably mention some more about
Nope.
that.
Well, they will mention it like at other things, but that's not going to be at the
it's
big
not going to be the
conference.
big conference, probably.
They said no TV.
Yeah, there's going to
Which is
be
awesome.
There's going to be talk about Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm interested to see if
Does Rockstar go to E3?
They have in the past, and they've been known to just randomly show up at somebody's press conference.
That's true.
So, I mean, it would be interesting to see like a live stage demo on like either the Xbox One or the PS4 of Grand Theft Auto 5.
If it came out
Rainbow
for one of
Six
those,
Patriots.
you think that's going to show up?
Yeah.
There's a good chance that might show up for the Xbox
There's a good
One.
chance of it showing up, but
You don't care.
Eh.
I like the Rainbow Six. Were you a Rainbow Six fan back in the day? I didn't play Vegas. I liked it before Vegas.
I liked it
Vegas.
more before Vegas.
Yeah, I liked it more before
where
Vegas.
it was more tactical.
Vegas was still cool though.
Oh, I enjoyed Vegas. I
Vegas-
played through Vegas, and I thought it was really cool to like mark dudes and send your guys in. And
Well, Vegas
rappel
was
down the
before
buildings.
Modern Warfare, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Vegas like had that feel to
Yeah.
it before Modern Warfare did.
Yep.
So I hope to see more Tom Clancy games. I'm curious to see what Ubisoft's going to do. Probably see more of Rayman Legends.
Who do you think will be emceeing the Ubisoft press conference this year? Do you think are they going to have Mr. Caffeine or
I would prefer
Tobuscus
I would prefer Joel McHale
or Joel McHale again?
Tobuscus would be cool.
Tobuscus would not be cool.
Mr.
Tobuscus.
Mr. Caffeine. I wanted to
FPS
refer
Russia
him.
just shows up
Oh,
and just does
dude, no.
it. FPS Russia would be awesome.
Tobuscus.
I don't.
Dude.
I don't even know who I would want to host that because every time they
PewDiePie.
get someone, they do
It's
a
so
terrible
bad,
job.
except when it's Joel McHale. Like
he was actually pretty good.
He's pretty good at it. Like even though he's super scripted and he's not very good at like sounding like he's not scripted.
Yeah, he was very disingenuous.
But
we still love him.
it's still funny. Like. Yeah. And he does a good job because you're like, I get it. You don't really want to be here, but...
But he also has been doing Community, so he's probably gotten better at that, so maybe he could do it and do an even better job.
Yeah. It's always interesting to see.
Yeah, Alison Brie. Get Alison Brie. That would be amazing.
EA will have a press conference.
We all pay
I'm sure.
attention when she's talking, right? Yeah, pretty girl.
I didn't even know she was in that last, we call them, Wes Craven movies, Scream.
4.
I didn't know she was in that until... Like, I was watching it. Like, yay! Aw, she dies.
She's in some movie with... Is she in the one with Aubrey Plaza?
She's the one with Nick Offerman.
Yeah.
The Kings of Summer, which
Yeah.
I heard was a generic coming-of-age tale, but it's still not a bad movie. It just goes through all the indie tropes, which, you got the great soundtrack, you have certain milestones, you have wacky events, wacky neighbors, people just acting out of sync with reality, but it still will probably be decent. Plus, I love Nick Offerman. He's amazing on Parks and Rec. I think that we're just going to see a lot of surprises because I have no idea. Last year, E3 was terrible, I thought.
Yeah, I agree. It was pretty boring last year.
Yeah. The past couple years has been pretty boring.
There wasn't really anything that
last year
stood
was
out. I'm hoping that we see release dates. I really hope that they have a release date for us for the system.
Systems, yeah. Definitely.
And
I
I
want some
want
concrete
pricing.
information, yeah.
I want pricing and release dates. That's really what I care about at this point
That
because I
could
want
be
to plan.
good.
I
this stuff out.
think that's going to be probably the big selling point is pricing and release dates.
And I would love to see some stuff that I haven't heard of yet. I would love to see some of these next gen titles that they're talking about, like especially from Microsoft. They said at their press conference the other week. They said, "Hey, we've got 15 original IPs, 8 of which are brand new." That are exclusive for our console. Let's see a couple of those. Like, show us 2 or 3 of those.
Give us 10. 10.
Yeah, I mean, you've got 15 that are coming out within the launch within a year of the Xbox One. So, I mean, you should be able to talk about some of them.
Right. I mean, they could show 5 at the next E3.
Yeah.
Give us 10 now.
Yeah.
Because really, they should have...
This is where they need to, like... say, hey, this is the system you want to buy. If you can only buy one system, you better buy an Xbox One because look at this stuff.
That was the other thing. Okay. Respawn Entertainment.
Yeah,
the guys that made Call of Duty, they made Infinity War.
They confirmed that theirs is Xbox One exclusive. Their new title is Xbox
was it
One
Project
exclusive.
Titan?
Project Titan or something like that. Or Titan...
So
something.
it's going to be like a futuristic game. It looks a little more Halo-y in terms of art style.
Yeah.
I'm just mean futuristic stuff. So I've been wanting to see something from them for a long time because how long ago was that? Was it 2011 all that happened? I think it was 2011.
Yeah, I think it was 2011.
Because later that year they released Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah, I think it was 2011.
So, we've been waiting this whole time. The
Yep.
game comes out next year. It'll have taken 3 years to literally start the company
And for at
make
least
the
a
game.
little while, it's going to be an Xbox One exclusive. So, I mean, that could be kind of big.
Well, I think that's going to be a big deal. And I think that we're going to see gameplay footage at the conference.
That'd be cool. I mean, yeah, that might be why they went ahead and released that information this week, is because they're prepping everybody to show actual footage of it.
I would love to see something.
They don't have, so that they get the surprise part out of the way, and then you can just have some footage to look at.
Marqees, it's the Godfathers of Modern Warfare. Are you a little excited for that, or
Are you tingly?
because they're not? Ghost is coming out, and we're going to see a ton of footage.
I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
not.
gonna see-
I'm
that's
not.
gonna
I'm
be
not.
everywhere.
I'm not psyched for Ghosts either.
Really?
Are you kind of getting tired with
I'm
this?
I'm kind
I'm kind of interested in Ghosts. I mean, it looks kind of...
I'm kind of waiting for this. I want to take the year off from Call of Duty.
Yeah, well, that's not going to happen.
I think next year is the year to take off.
I think I want to take the
know.
year off from Call of Duty. I want to focus on finishing off my Xbox 360, Arkham Origins.
Oh yeah.
Batman. Just finish off strong with the Xbox 360. I got Splinter Cell Blacklist coming up. Finish strong with these games. Look forward to start saving up when they get a price check on the one, and then go from there and see what the one's got to offer.
Yeah.
I'm interested in seeing Destiny
Yep.
because some of the trailers look really good. I'm hoping we get some Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yeah, that's one that I didn't really think of, but yeah, there might be some of that there.
Because
I bet there will be.
It's been a while since we've heard from Dragon Age. From BioWare can hit us with some Dragon Age, that'd be great. Hit me with some Patriots from Rainbow Six. They've been talking about this game, and I've been looking forward to it. I'd like to see some of the exclusive titles, the brand new exclusive titles you're talking about. So that's what I'm looking for the one for PS4. I want to see how they're going to attack it because we were talking about a lot of what Microsoft's going to do, but I want to see what PlayStation got to offer. They've said they're going to have games, and they've said some.
They've shown some games already.
I mean, they showed some, but I'm thinking this week in E3 they're gonna throw stuff at us.
Yeah.
Are they going to come out with a new move system? Will it show us the new move?
It kind of uses the same.
Are they going to upgrade it? Is it going to? I mean, because let's say Microsoft, if all intents and purposes, Microsoft upgraded the Kinect again, and the Kinect is running to the specs it should be running at.
The PS4 has a camera. It looks like it's almost.
Oh yeah, I know it has a camera. I'm just saying that they upgraded the Kinect, and that's going to be a huge selling point for them because if that Kinect runs like it's supposed to run.
Yeah,
it's going to be amazing. So they're going to have to come up with something equally as good or fix the move the way the move is like that.
Well, the move's already better than the Kinect. So.
Well, it's actually the most precise motion thing, but also you're holding
exactly where the Kinect
lollipop thing.
The Kinect is
that's where the Kinect fails. I don't have buttons.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be that ginormous and weird.
Yeah,
it's like you're holding a flashlight with a neon ice cream scoop on it that changes colors.
The changing color ice cream scoop is amazing
to make fun of. But I mean, I don't like having a controller. I would rather what they say, be the controller. But if they would do just the one thing that Kinect said it would do, where it's like, oh hey, grab this and suddenly it's a sword in the game, I would prefer that. We'll see.
Again, like with the PlayStation, I haven't seen voice compatibility with the move.
Yeah.
Like hey,
that stuff's silly. You don't need it.
I love voice commands.
I love voice commands. I love having voice commands.
Because Sony's not as far flung into the whole. Oh, we've got to be everything for everybody. No,
not even that.
I'm talking
about in-game stuff. When I'm playing Mass Effect 3, when I'm telling Liara to go throw singularity, boom, I don't have to pause, hit the power wheel, go through the motions, and click on that. I don't have to do all that. I can just tell her to shoot that. I go, hey, flank here. Boom, they do it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Imagine we playing.
So you're saying Sony just needs a new SOCOM where it comes with the headset?
Maybe they knew they knew SOCOM.
Breach, bang, and clear.
Well, let's see. The last SOCOM, not so good.
Yeah, no, those are bad.
Yeah, they kind of ruined those. And besides, there's Call of Duty's out, and it really takes the place.
Call of Modern.
yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Ops. Call of Modern Ops 4.
With medals of halos and honor. Do you have any predictions, Chantel, or you like video games?
I have no idea where you guys are.
All right, for those who don't know, the Entertainment Electronic Expo E3 is happening next week. They have a press conference for all the major not developers, but publishers and game console manufacturers, and then they have the actual show where you just walk around and play all the video games.
It's Comic-Con, but for video games.
Okay.
Strictly games.
And only members of the press get to go.
Like,
and Sony. Oh, that's Sony's gonna let 40 random people come into their press conference. They said you can line up at this time, you can park here. Tell them you're with the press conference, and they're just going to have bedlam in the streets as 40 people duke it out to get into the press conference next week.
You know why that's going to be epic? Because last year, Microsoft said, hey, guess what? By the way, you all get Xboxes.
That was 2 years ago.
Oh,
2 years.
Remember that?
That's why last year was so bad.
It was when the Slim came out.
They were like, oh, by the way, as you're going out, everyone gets an Xbox. Everyone was like, what?
They're being FedExed to your offices right now.
Yep.
So there's safe to say there's going to be blood in the streets.
Yeah.
Well, it is Los Angeles, right?
Yeah.
So...
Oh, they're definitely...
There's probably already blood.
Yeah.
They've already killed
This is just a warm-up because San Diego's coming.
Mm-hmm.
San Diego Comic-Con will be up.
I totally wish I was going there.
It's going to be a fun, hot mess of just stuff.
Wow. I think with that said, we're going to go ahead and welcome everyone to the finale.
Finale.
Next week, it's going to be crazy E3 coverage like we've already discussed.
Live blogs like what?
I don't even know. Timeless Tuesday, probably...
It may or may not happen because the press conference is at the same time that we would be broadcasting.
Well, while you're doing the broadcasts, Nate and I will probably just do some film and stuff for the...
Yeah, you could do that.
For the intro.
You could do that. Something will happen.
Something will happen.
If nothing else, we'll just throw some gameplay up.
If nothing else, Nate and I will continue to play Fuse.
We'll play Fuse maybe actually on Monday, and then just throw it up on the site.
Throw it up on the site on Tuesday.
Because really...
That'd probably be a good idea.
I am curious to see what's going on with some of these people, so...
Yeah.
And, movies, like we talked about, I'm going to go check out The Purge. Marqees is going to go check out horrible films. You can still go see The Purge, man. I'm just saying. I'm going to
I know, but I know. I have to go review.
He's really excited about the Channing Tatum film. He has to go see.
Magic Mike 2?
No. That is happening, but...
White
House Down. Yeah, that doesn't look nearly as good as Olympus Has Fallen.
I want to do a comparison
Olympus Has Fallen was amazing.
Of why this was better and why this one stunk.
And you know who made it, right?
But do you know that one's going to be better?
Roland Emmerich.
Channing Tatum's in it, so...
What if it doesn't stink?
Here's why I know it's going to stink. Roland Emmerich.
You can't review it. You're already biased.
No.
I'm gonna go with the open mind.
This could be good.
But I'm just saying that Roland Emmerich has a track, much like M. Night Shyamalan. Roland Emmerich has a nasty track record.
You know who he is, right?
Yeah.
Independence Day. First half of Independence Day was amazing. Second half,
amazing.
Stunk like monkey balls.
The second half is where the president's speech is.
It has two
Best
strikes.
momotivational
Channing
speech.
Tatum is a strike.
Best motivational speech.
I think you're the only girl that doesn't like Channing Tatum.
I don't see the appeal. Really don't.
You don't like those ears? The big Dumbo ears?
No.
Fly away.
I don't see it. He can't
act.
But,
just... The Day After Tomorrow stunk.
No, it wasn't that bad.
2012
it was
stunk.
It
wasn't that bad.
John Cusack took a limo and outran like the end of Los Angeles.
It was a summer action popcorn movie.
Yeah, his movies go ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like Fast and the Furious goes a little crazy sometimes, but his movies are just like so weird and out there.
His movies did bend the laws of space time and
And also, all the people in them are caricatures. They're not.
Okay.
They're stereotypes.
Yeah, stereotypes. Oh yeah, because I know you can go to Independence Day. There was a token gay guy. There was a token black guy. There was a token stripper. There's a token stripper.
Token Jews.
Token Jews. Yeah. So and if you go through Roland Emmerich movies, you will find at least one token in every one of his movies.
And don't forget, Godzilla.
Godzilla was pretty bad.
It's a giant velociraptor because Jurassic Park was huge. Velociraptor.
I was I remember Godzilla. I remember this foot as long as his bust. I remember all the billboards. His head is the size of this billboard. I was jazzed. I was like, yes, finally, Godzilla done right. 3D graphics is better. You sit down, Matthew Broderick.
He's eating fish. Oh, he's eating all the fish. I think he's got babies. It's a waste of John Reno.
Not John Reno couldn't even. The legendary French actor John Reno could not save this movie. You know why? Because she wasn't in it, but it was Hank Azaria was in it, and he was awful in it.
Yep.
And the chick was awful in that. She was
that killed her career. Like, she had one thing after that. She was in a pilot. They only did a few episodes. Or they did a few episodes. She was in a sitcom that took place, like a year later, from the makers of Friends, and it was horrible. We made Friends. We're gonna make a new TV show. Let's do this. You still have the stink of Godzilla on you, so this show's canceled.
Xbox One has to connect to the internet every 24 hours.
Yes, I've heard this. That's not that crazy.
It's not that crazy. It's not a problem for me.
Yeah.
I can see it being a problem for other people.
Well, you remember,
that don't have internet.
I'll just say what a lot of people have already said. The Xbox 360 has to be hooked up to broadband, no dial-up allowed. That was a problem.
It doesn't have to be hooked up to anything. You can play a game on it without hooking up to anything.
But a lot of people didn't have broadband back then.
A lot of people still don't have broadband.
That's their fault.
That's their fault.
I agree totally.
You live in the boonies.
I agree totally, but there are a lot of people, especially in our area, that do not have broadband. And that's going to cause them to not be able to own an Xbox One.
Oh, well.
That's kind of what Microsoft's thinking, too.
Or they're going to go get it. Who knows? They might come out with their own service. Or they might come out with Verizon or somebody with them and say, hey, we're going to partner with somebody and we're going to have a Microsoft web service.
Well, here's the thing. It's like, to put the actual physical line out there, they charge people thousands of dollars.
Yeah, thousands of dollars.
It's outrageous.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
It's a huge obstacle.
I don't know why Google just doesn't, spread their fiber optic network throughout the world. But anyways,
Google's got master plans to take over this world.
I know, it's ridiculous.
You just wait.
They're almost there.
Mm-hmm. All right, folks. Thanks for listening.
Buy more comics.
Do stuff. Tune into our live blogs all next week.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for Shantel. For an E3 podcast, you hung in there like a champ.
I felt she was a pleasant replacement for Steve.
Well, thank you. I don't know who Steve is, but...
Aww.
And most of the audience know who Steve is.
Oh, Marqees.
Steve, we love you, buddy. Just hang in there. Do your moving and stuff and get better and whatnot and all that fun stuff.
Fix whatever's wrong with you.
Yeah.
But that's a bit much. All right, and please follow us on everything we do. We'd love to hear from you, so hit up timerust.com.
Email us at timerustbraintrust@gmail.com.
I pimp you guys out on Twitter as much as I can.
Yeah, we're on Twitter, too.
We're on Twitter.
It's good.
Just if you go to facebook.com/timerust, just look at the About, and it has all of our stuff, including our iTunes feed and our iTunes page. It has everything. So
and we're working on putting stuff up on iTunes. Don't fear not. All the podcasts we're working on putting that stuff up there.
We got 4 of them there now. Everything else is on YouTube, so check us out there. Timerust.com or youtube.com/timerust. But go to our website, check us out, and that's it.
Ice cream.